Welcome to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look inside the lives of the accomplished and successful businessmen and women. We'll get up close and personal with the founders of booming startups. So lean in and prepare to carry away something to skyrocket your own business. Please subscribe to our show and do leave us a review. It means a lot to us. Now, here's your host, Rajiv.
Hey listeners, welcome to the Entrepreneur Talk Show. I'm your host Rajiv Unikrishnan, and this is the show where we talk about entrepreneurship and speak to great founders, entrepreneurs, and investors. Today we have with us Kinneret Kareen and Yoav Elgrichi, co-founders of Tech for Good Singapore. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. Tech for Good Singapore is an acceleration educational program that empowers startups that use technology in an innovative way to tackle social issues in Singapore, Asia, and the rest of the world. A brief intro of the founders. Kinneret is a serial entrepreneur with over 15 years of experience in global project management, research, business dev, e-com, and sales. She founded and successfully sold 2 companies and is also co-founder at Tech for Good in Singapore, Thailand, and soon in other countries in Asia. Yoav co-founded and successfully sold 2 companies and owns several other online businesses. He's a mentor at the Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the Singapore Management University, and also an investor of patents in NFC and wearable devices. He's also CEO of UPay, a listed company in Singapore. Again, welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Do fill in the gaps in the intro, if any, and do let us know what's going on in your world today.
No, the intro was pretty, I would say, it was good.
All right. So before I get into the business or the event, I just want to check either of you all, any passions outside of work?
Definitely. So martial arts and jogging.
All right. And Kinneret, any for you?
Sports in general.
All right.
All
right. So moving on to a company. So Tech for Good, the program was founded in Israel. It was known as a startup nation around 3 years ago by Mr. Anir Shimoni and Omri Boral. After that, what inspired you all to start Tech for Good in Singapore?
You can go.
We were both entrepreneurs here in Singapore, so we started our own companies, and we saw the tough journey of being entrepreneur here in the region, mainly if you're a social tech entrepreneur. So if you're a social tech entrepreneur, VCs, partners see you as a philanthropy or a beggar, and they do not understand that actually tackling meaningful social issues does not mean that you can't build a successful company.
Correct.
So we identified this challenge of the entrepreneurs and we said, okay, we should do something. And since we are coming from the startup nation from Israel and we have some experience as entrepreneur here and there, we thought, okay, this is the time for us. And then we created Tech for Good. And the goal is actually to empower those young entrepreneurs that use technology to tackle social issues.
All right.
This is what actually was triggered to start it.
Okay. And other than both of you all, are there any other co-founders on the Singapore team?
No, but I do have some kind of one thing that I want to point out. Well, we're Tech for Good Asia. Singapore is our first stop because we live here.
Okay.
We've both been here for the past 8.5 years, so we started here. But we are expanding to, like you said, Thailand and Indonesia and other countries in the next year.
All right.
But no, for now in Singapore, it's only in Asia.
All right.
It's only us.
Okay. So, your focus areas for investment or incubation is, as I read properly, is aging population, empowering people with disabilities, nutrition, a safer work environment, safer travel, and of course, social and economic inequality. So how do you select companies from this? Do people pitch to you all, or you all just go out and decide who you all want to incubate?
No, well, we started here a few months ago. We started our cohort in Singapore in August.
Okay.
And we did really minor marketing, online marketing via Facebook. And most of our startups applied through our website from word of mouth. And they heard about us from a few channels.
Okay.
So we got many applications, and then we screen the startups. We invite them. We showcase their company. We assess them. We have board members, a committee that we meet once a month, and then we decide who are the best startups.
And your first cohort was how many companies?
The first cohort was 11 startups.
Okay.
We planned 10, but we received so many good applications. So eventually we said, okay, we can't screen. We need also the last one. We wanted in. So eventually we increased it to 11.
Okay. And the applications all came in from Singapore, or were they around Southeast Asia?
No, actually, the application came not only from Singapore, they came from other countries in Southeast Asia. However, the first cohort, we had to choose companies who sit here. Doesn't mean that they are Singaporeans. It's a good mix of foreigners and Singaporeans, but they all sit here.
Got it.
But we also got a few from we got from Germany, we got from Africa, but...
Oh, great. All right. So it's not only Asia. Okay.
People just heard about us.
Yeah, correct. So when a company, if the cohort wants to select a company, so what are the different steps they go through, or what benefits do you all provide them?
We take them through a journey of 4 months, and in these 4 months, we give them a unique, first of all, unique content, which builds, first of all, their personality, and you give them unique skills that are not taught anywhere. For example, self-leadership, professional negotiation, conflict mitigation, and a lot of unique soft skills. On top of the soft skills, a layer of hard skills, which our partners help us. For example, partners such as Google or Ernst & Young, key law firms in Singapore. So those help us or help the young entrepreneurs with the hard skills. In addition, we take them to field trips to see how real startups operate. So we do not only bring successful entrepreneurs to pitch to explain them and share their experience, but we take them also to see the environment of the startups.
Okay, and you'll also help with the final. In case they want to go out and raise more money.
Absolutely. This is an important part, and we do it. Now, each of those social entrepreneurs, we knock on the right doors for the funding for them.
Correct.
Because it's different nature of investment, and this is where we are good at knocking on the right doors to help the young startups to get the right funding.
All right. So this cohort will be your first cohort of 10 or 11 companies, correct?
Yes, in Singapore.
All right. And so you'll also have a lot of mentors on board. Any familiar names that you can mention? Or
I'm not sure what is a familiar name, but from our perspective, a mentor not necessarily needs to be someone famous or someone people know. It's just to do the right matching to the right expert.
Correct.
So it can be a young mentor, an old mentor from this industry, on that industry, as long as it can provide real value to the startup.
And your mentors are from Southeast Asia or all over?
All over.
All right. So in terms of you all have secured your own funding of 11 plus million USD, right? For the startups that come to your cohort, right?
All together, the Tech for Good program raised $11.5 million. Yes.
All right. So coming to the event, so you all are going to be showcasing the Tech for Good demo day alongside the Open Door to Israel, correct?
Yes, it's going to be part of the Israeli embassy, since we're both from Israel. And we live here. The Israeli embassy invited Tech for Good to showcase the startup, their pitch night, actually, as part of the Open a Door to Israel exhibition. Yes, so we will showcase it on December 12th, and I sent you an invitation, I think.
Correct. I'm definitely coming. So can you just throw some more light on the demo day? What's the ultimate aim?
The goal of the demo day is to show that the young startups can have a 5 minutes moment of truth.
Okay.
In these 5 minutes, they need to give their best to explain what they do, their passion, their vision, and why investors and partners should join them.
All right.
I want to add about the program that the program is 4 months, but it's very structured. So it's not that once in a while we have some kind of workshop, or once in a while we do this and that.
Correct.
But every week the startups come and they receive content.
Okay.
And the goal of the program is that at the end they are impact investment ready, because eventually the startups they create impact upon society.
Got it.
So this is the goal of the program.
All right. And of course, over time, you've been in Singapore for so long. So what are the key challenges you all have seen in the space in Southeast Asia?
I think the key challenge is the fear of failure. And we would like to remove the fear of failure from the young entrepreneurs. This is a key challenge. And the second thing is to build the self-leadership within the entrepreneur. If you want to run a company, you need to believe in yourself and know that you need to lead. And doesn't mean that it is not enough that you're good in technology or you're good at business. And we empower the self-leadership within the entrepreneurs.
Got it. Great. Yep.
I think one of the challenges is also we want them to think out of the box.
So, moving on. I'll start with Kindred. So, you've been an entrepreneur yourself, have started many ventures. So, when did you know you were meant for entrepreneurship?
When I was born? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I think when I started my first business with Yoav, I sort of I knew this is what I want to do. I want to do things for myself, and I think I can, because I think I can find a way to do it.
All right. And what about you?
I think from the time I was young, whenever I saw a problem or challenge, I tried to solve it. And I took usually the extra mile from having an idea how to solve it, but to some action. And this actually, all my life, was the way I act. I find a challenge, I start with, okay, let's try to solve it and do it.
All right, great. So, at present, is there anything, any new launch or any new program other than the demo day that's getting you and the team really excited, or y'all and the team?
Yes. Well, after the demo day, we're going to start the next cohort in Singapore.
All right.
Probably end of January, like around Chinese New Year next year. And we are starting now also our program in Bangkok.
All right.
So
and
that's also exciting.
And when do you all start taking applications for that?
Now.
All right. I'll put it out soon. All right. And where do you all see the Tech for Good Asia in, let's say, next 2 to 3 years?
All over Asia.
All right.
And we want to see it a wave, a vibrant social tech community. We would like to see more and more startups, and we would like to see that every social tech startup would know that he have a home, that he can knock on the doors of Tech for Good, rather than if he is joining the program or he completed the program or considering that if social tech for Good, it's his home.
All right.
And we're also a global community, so we want our startups to know that if they need assistance or mentorship from someone in Tel Aviv, they can ask someone in Tel Aviv, or someone in Tel Aviv can contact someone in Bangkok, and Bangkok in Singapore. So it's a global community that everybody is one big family that helps each other.
Excellent. So that's a very strong network. That's great. All right. Okay, so now we come to a part of the show. It's a quick fire round. Who wants to take this?
Kinneret, you.
Now it's a scary question. Okay.
It's a set of questions, but I need simple, brief answers. All right.
Okay.
Yep. So when people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer that?
In terms of what?
Generally.
Tech for Good?
Yep. Generally. When people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer that?
What I do? I empower startups to do good.
All right. What's the first word that comes to mind when I say the following? Work?
Great.
Family?
Great.
Entrepreneurship?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Entrepreneurship?
The best thing ever.
Technology?
Okay.
All right. And do tell our listeners, so when which application or service you're using for the following? Travel?
Skyscanner?
All right. Meeting scheduling?
Google.
All right. Team or staff management?
Everything Google, Excel, Microsoft.
All right. And presentations?
PowerPoint.
All right. What piece of tech can't you live without?
My iPhone.
And what is something you excel in, Kindred, that other people might not realize?
I'm very good in executing practically everything and getting to people that no one really thinks that they can get to.
All right. M-commerce or e-commerce?
Yeah. Sorry, e-commerce.
All right. And favorite city globally?
Jerusalem, where I was born.
Excellent. Finally, guys, one last thought or piece of advice you want to give our listeners, either about Tech for Good or generally about entrepreneurship?
Yes, I would give an advice. I think that since Kinneret mentioned she's very good at execution, I'm very good with a long-term vision. And this is good partnership. So for the young entrepreneurs, try to find your partner that you have the characteristic that you do not have or that you are lacking it. And then you can create a powerful partnership.
And please let our listeners know how they can reach y'all and also Tech for Good.
Yes, it's listeners are welcome to come to our websites at www.t4gsg.org.
Okay.
And then you can see all our emails, etc. Also the application form. So welcome to join the page. Submit your form if you're a partner or startups.
Excellent. Again, Kinneret and Yui, thanks for taking the time to talk to us and inspiring our listeners to start their own ventures and, of course, hopefully joining or applying to your next cohort. And all the success is at building Tech for Good Asia.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do visit t4gsg.org and visit us at theasianentrepreneur.com to get the show notes and subscribe to our show on all the platforms and leave a review on your thoughts about the show. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. In the meantime, head over to theasianentrepreneur.com and check out show notes and other information to motivate you in your entrepreneurial endeavors.